Tapiwanashe Masvaure is a fifth-year law and justice student at the Queensland University of Technology with a strong passion for family and child safety politics and multicultural engagement. She is driven by a commitment to protecting and empowering children and families and aspires to build a meaningful career within the legal profession.
I think Daraja helped us create that structure and forced us to, which is good. Sometimes we genuinely just need to push because, things are always going go, 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 go. It's hard to make that time. But whereas when we were using it, it's so much easier because we have schedules. It's synced into our schedules and our timelines, and we communicate and confirm with each other. So it really, really helped.
With future interests in policy making and youth engagement. Through her involvement with Daraja, Tapiwanashe has gained invaluable mentorship, expanded her professional network, and built lasting relationships. The experience continues to equip her with the skills, knowledge, and confidence to advance her career, while uplifting and inspiring the next generation of young leaders.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Daraja Impact Stories, a platform where we capture testimonials from real people, highlighting real impact and hearing real stories from real people. So today we are in conversation with Tapi Masvaure, a mentee at Daraja Impact Hub, a Bachelor of Laws degree student, and we're going to hear from her as a mentee how her journey has been going at the Daraja Impact Hub program. Tapi, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
That's great. So I think a good starting point always is just to understand a bit about yourself, starting from the bottom up. Where were you born, leading to us sitting here in Brisbane, talking, and you being a part of Daraja. So if you want to paint a picture of who you are and where you were born.
Absolutely. So I was born in Zimbabwe. And I'm a bit of a nomad, a traveler. So I left Zimbabwe when I was 7 years old, and then lived in South Africa for a bit, then lived in the Middle East for a bit. It was supposed to be for 2 years, and then we ended up staying for 5. And then we came to Australia. Yeah. And I don't think we're moving anytime soon.
No. Yeah. I know your dad, and I think you guys are comfortable here. Yeah. Same as many of us. So that's great. So Tapi, tell us a bit about what you're doing now. You're obviously now about to finish your law degree, is that right?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. So I'm studying a Bachelor of Laws and Criminology. I finished my criminology degree last year, and now I'm just doing the last lap for my law one.
Great.
So I've got about a year and a half left, and then I'll be done.
Wow, that's it. That is powerful. And along the journey, Tapi, have there been any mentors? Obviously now you have one, I know that, because you're part of the Daraja Impact Hub. But before the Daraja Impact Hub, did you have any mentors? How hard was it to approach one? And then obviously now comparing with what we're doing here at the Daraja Impact Hub, which is the structured mentorship program aimed at empowering the next generation of African leaders like Tapi here. We just want to understand, did you have a mentor before? If yes, how difficult was it to approach it? How did you make the decision that you needed a mentor at that point? And did you get help from mom and dad, or how did you approach them? Maybe for viewers there, it would be beneficial to know if there was any mentor before Daraja.
Absolutely. It's a very, very good question. To be honest, I don't think I did. I didn't really have a mentor. I think, and part of it was also my fault because I'm a bit of an introvert. And I didn't put myself out there because I felt as if that, it's a very competitive degree that I'm in, and I didn't know where to start or who to talk to.
Okay.
I think mom and dad definitely helped in paving me to the right direction with connections with people that they knew from their sectors who were sort of related in the law as well, so that definitely helped. But I think before Daraja, I really didn't, and it's so hard. It's so hard to find someone that you can talk to within the desired field that you want to get into who has the time and also is willing to.
Okay.
Is willing to connect with you. So yeah.
So what I'm getting from this is that there's a difficulty in identifying the right mentor.
Yes.
And there's a difficulty in actually approaching them and not knowing whether they're going to say yes or no. Because obviously there's capacity issues around time and stuff like that. Wow, that's great. So I think for us, this is why we exist. To help young people like yourself. Connect you with people in your field, people who've walked that path before, for them to impart those skills back. So literally what we aim to do is to get Africans with at least 10 years of experience in their field of expertise to give back through mentorship, through our program as well. Tapi, tell me about your journey with them. So you then obviously found out that Daraja is there somehow. You know, obviously a part of our community, and we are connected
very much.
in many ways. So you may be targeted to join, but I think look, you became part of our Daraja family, and you got connected to a mentor. How has that journey been for you? Has it been valuable, and what are the key takeaways for you that you want to share with some of you?
You know what, I honestly think it's been very valuable because I'm someone who has a tendency of letting time run past them. And I knew my mentor within the community because it's a small community, right? But to actually make that big step and ask them, or try and find the time to, you know, just ask them, hey, if any little 5 minutes you've got to spare to talk to me, that would be great. I think Daraja helped us create that structure and forced us to, which is good. Sometimes we genuinely just need a push because, you know, things are always going go, 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 go. It's hard to make that time. But whereas when we were using it, it's so much easier because we have schedules. It's synced into our schedules and our timelines, and we communicate and confirm with each other. So it really, really helped. And it also sort of removed that barrier of fear for me personally, because now I could talk to it directly, one-on-one, and we could form that relationship. Because sometimes I think the biggest thing is taking that step forward. And then the fear of failure always gets everybody. And that fear of, what if I get rejected? What if she's not interested in helping me? And I think sometimes it can get like that in the diaspora, especially for students. So it's so valuable to know and reassuring to know that I've got people, and there's people from various sectors with various experience who are willing to foster and mentor me in the career I want to pursue.
No, I must say your mentor is a good friend of mine. She owns a law firm here in Brisbane. She's got a big heart. She's not only a mentor at Daraja Impact, she's not only my friend, she's also a partner. So she does a lot for us in terms of scaling our impact within the community. And I think you're lucky to have. And you're right.
Very much so.
You're right where you say it can be intimidating sometimes, knowing that someone is, they own their own law firm, or they probably won't have the time to talk to you or whatever. And closing that gap can be hard if you don't have a personal relationship with them. So that's where we actually appeal to those mentors to say, hey, sign up. And the moment they sign up, it means they are available to actually mentor someone. So that's one of the other advantages of signing up at Daraja. Well done, Tapi, for recently obviously getting a role at HCM Legal.
Thank
you. And thank you, Hatsari, for opening that door for the youngsters here. But walk us through that journey as well. Obviously, you and Sari, you're in this mentorship, through Daraja, and then you probably had a goal. I'm imagining you probably had a goal of actually having, a real work experience from a law firm.
100%.
So it happens that your mentor actually owns one.
Even better.
And then now you're in. So tell us about what's happening now. Are you, obviously getting exposed to some of that real life experience from a law point of view and perspective?
100%. Honestly, it's just been truly a blessing, and I'm so glad for it, because before then I was applying. I think Seek and I were best friends. I corresponded with Seek more than I spoke to my mom, and I was getting nothing back. You apply and apply and apply and apply. You just send your resume. You just cast it. At that point, I was casting it out, because I think in my studies personally, there's also that pressure of you should get into a firm earlier in your degree to get that exposure while you're studying. And I felt like I was a bit delayed in that, because I only started looking for that work experience within my 4th year. And it taught me a lot of things. One being that everyone's pace is different. And I'm grateful because it worked out in the end. And now, as you said, I'm working for HCM, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It's intense. And I think it's really great to be mentored by someone who owns it, and you have that one-on-one connection with, because then you see the insights, and sometimes you see a lot more in a small firm than you do in a big firm. And I think for me personally, I'm someone who's really hands-on, and I love to be hands-on with work. So it's really good to get that exposure and to tap into different things, because sometimes I'm working with family matters, sometimes I'm working with crim, sometimes I'm working with immigration. So I'm gaining much more exposure than I thought I would ever.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Is so great.
That is fantastic. looking forward to seeing more of you out there representing our people in the community, and not only Africans, obviously, but you know, community as a whole. Absolutely. And Tapi, you touched on something that some of our mentees have highlighted as well. Is the notion of applying and getting knocked back. Sometimes our names even get us knocked back, you know. But it's the power of that networking and the power of that mentorship that can help us break those barriers sometimes.
100%.
You believe that?
I 100% believe it. And I think I actually mentioned it at the first Daraja event, which you guys should go to. I think they're absolutely amazing networking programs. Yeah. I mentioned there was a panel, and I actually asked the panel that, you know, being that fortunately they were, you know, Africans from different backgrounds and stuff, how did they cope with that exposure and trying to get their door in with their names? Because some of us have some pretty, you know,
big Tapiwanashe
Masvaure. When you're not getting anything back, sometimes it feels as if, or maybe they just have a look at your name and that's
they're not Anglo-Saxon names.
Exactly, they're not Anglo-Saxon names. And yes, I'm fortunate enough to have one, but it's not truly who I identify with personally, and I love to be grounded in my culture and my roots. So I think having Daraja really helped because it showed me people who are just go-getters, who are confident in their names. Like my boss, Hatsari, and she is fearfully, and she is known. She's
also from Mutare, like
exactly. And she gets herself out there. Her name is out there, and it's funny because a lot of the times you find that some of our peers, you have to shorten your name. Yeah. Right? You have to. That's one thing you start considering when you're applying. Like, or maybe if I just make it a bit more convenient and more appetizing.
Become creative too.
Yeah.
With your own name.
Exactly.
Just so you get a job.
Just so you get get a job. And I think that's one thing I've learned from Atari was to just be fearfully and wonderfully yourself.
100%.
And they will learn your name.
It's powerful.
They will learn your name.
Do your thing. Be good at what you do.
100%.
And maintain your names.
Absolutely.
You know, maintain your names.
Absolutely.
So this is a funny story that happened. So I used to go by Timothy on my LinkedIn. And I recently made a decision to say no, because when I came here and I was facing the same problem, getting jobs, I went by Timothy, which is my middle name, but I went back on LinkedIn and I put Kuda there because it's my name, and I want to own it, and I want to be again owning my own name and be comfortable in my own skin. So that's what it is. No, great, Tapi. Let's go to how you balance your time. Right, so we've got a lot of people here who probably would say, "Oh yeah, mentorship is great, but I don't have time. I have to work." Most of us are immigrants. We have to work for us to send money back home. For us to pay the exorbitant fees that we pay.
Yes.
Tell us about how you manage to balance it. You're lucky because your parents are here, so you're probably an exception. So I want to hear, what do you do to balance your time? Young people spend their time partying sometimes, which is not a crime. It's allowed. You know, it's work-life balance, which is
absolutely
great. But sometimes they're spending more time socializing as opposed to doing other things. How do you balance it? What controls do you put in place to balance your time?
For me, because I am someone who sometimes, you know, time management is a difficult thing, but I really needed to learn to be disciplined. At one point, I thought that it was just strictly, by going strictly book, and no focus on, you know, that balance of social gatherings and stuff like that was the way to do it, but I realized that that's one way to quickly burn out. Yeah. And at the same time, if you're not chasing your ambitions and actually making the time for it, you're not going to go anywhere. Right? Yeah. It's one thing to talk about it, saying that I want to be in a law firm, but it's another thing to really put in the hours and work for it. So for me, what has really helped is prioritizing, writing lists down. I start Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, I write a checklist of everything that I have to do this week.
So have you done one today?
I have done one.
So you're consistent. So there's a consistency piece there.
I'm trying. Yeah. It's not always easy, but it's something that has helped me because then it also reminds me. Yeah. But sometimes it's so easy to get lost in time when things are just everywhere. So writing lists for me and going back to them has really, really helped. Yeah. And then also just setting reminders. You know, we're always on our phones, always on technology. So setting reminders has also helped me a lot with time management and allocating time as well for certain things. If I have a big task, then I make sure that I make enough time for it so that I can make some big, you know, leeway with it. So yes, I think checklists are definitely
they help. They are good control there as well. That's great. So Tapi, tell us, what's the next big thing for you? What goals do you have that you're working on with your mentor? And is she being, obviously one big one is getting into your field of expertise. What else is coming we should look out for from you?
Well, the biggest goal right now is to graduate.
Graduate. We can't wait to come to drink some Coca-Cola. And
of course,
yeah.
Absolutely. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
So, 100%. Graduation and then my PLT, which is sort of the bar test.
Oh, you want to do the bar?
Yeah, and it's in 6 months. So I'm really looking forward to that and just following my mentor's advice regarding that. Since she's already walked that path, I've heard that sometimes it can really knock you down. Like, it's one thing that, the bar. Like, it's so easy. You know, you get your degree, you're like, finally, everything's done. But going that extra step forward can be very challenging. So I'm anticipating that. Yeah.
You said you were exposed to a few things at HCM, but you personally, what sort of law do you want to specialize in? Because HCM does what? Family and immigration,
criminal as well. Yeah.
Which one of those would you want to say? I see Tapi being this, half the specter of.
I think honestly, it's family now.
Family?
It's definitely.
Oh, it changed. It sounds like it changed.
It was. It did. It did. So initially, it used to be criminal.
Okay.
Criminal matters. And then now that I was dabbling with the family matters as well. But it is
what prompted the change then?
I think my personality.
Yeah. Okay.
My characteristics and personalities. I realized that I'm a very people-oriented person, and when studying the degree, I realized quickly that I want to be a Harvey Specter, but not one in a big office.
Yeah, okay.
At the moment, just looking at papers. I actually want to see the difference that I want to make in the community, and I want to help. And I'm also particularly personally passionate about child safety.
Okay.
And children. So
something that's impactful in the community, not only. So what I'm hearing is, you want to be closer to families who are struggling. So obviously those nasty divorces, you want to be there to help either the lady or whatever it is, right?
Child,
and then the children as well who are vulnerable. So
absolutely,
it's giving back in a way.
Exactly. So yes, I am very much looking forward to that, and I think as I'm getting more exposure to it, and if I do want to narrow it down to the children matters particularly, then I'm hoping maybe to become an independent child's lawyer maybe.
Oh, okay. What's involved in that? So
essentially, I'm the one now representing the children. I'm not representing the parental parties. I'll be the one just the child.
That's a bit of a niche.
It is very much so, and it's not an easy job.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely one that's beneficial to make sure that you voice the child's needs and requirements and what they
that requires building trust with the child.
Absolutely, it does.
I think you'll be great at it.
Oh, thank you.
Go for it. We are here to cheer you on the sidelines here, and we'll be making sure we support that journey, and hopefully one day you'll sit back there and
100%
give us feedback of how that's going. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I'll be a mentor.
Hey, we were waiting for that. So exactly to your point. No, you're laughing, but that's the point. We want you guys to grow enough that you start giving back. That's success for us in Daraja. And by the way, Daraja Impact Hub Daraja means bridge in Swahili. So right now, I'm proud to sit here knowing that we bridge that gap that exists, right? So there's that opportunity gap that was existing.
Yep.
Even though Tapi is well spoken, she grew up here, you know what I mean? But there was still that gap. And she was interacting with Seek, which is a job seeking app here in Australia. And still, there was nothing happening there.
No.
Till we came in and managed to close that opportunity gap. So we are very proud to have been part of your journey.
Thank you.
And we are still obviously watching you and hoping that your future is as bright as where you are now, or even brighter.
Thank you.
That's great. Tapi, to your peers out there who are on the edge, or they think you are mad for getting a mentor, or why should I be talking to this person, why should I be... What would you say to them in terms of mentorship? How important is it in one's career? Yeah.
I'd first like to point them back to, as humans, name one person who succeeded on their own. No one.
No
right.
one.
Everyone has succeeded in some form or way with help from other people.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that, you just need to take that big step. Like you said, you need to bridge.
Yeah.
It takes two ways to form a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So for you to get that connection, you need to take your first step on that bridge.
Yeah.
And also it is a risk, it's a risk standing on that bridge and waiting to see if someone will come and join you on that bridge. And I absolutely encourage you to do it. Definitely take